different landscape. Chainsaw Charlie, Lucida, River to the Sea, Lyman Hall. Interesting race. They're moving in well. Lovely morning weather-wise. And they're off in the first of the day, and a flatter, slow to jump. Chainsaw Charlie straight to the lead from the Grey Azam Valley. 2 lengths to Desert Money, then Lucida, flatter picking up ground going along the rails, followed by River to the Sea, and the last pair of Royal Theatre in company with Lyman Hall. The leader is Chainsaw Charlie, racing along to the 1200 marker, 3/4 on Azam Valley. A length and a half to flatter, travelling over on the inside of Desert Money, and a couple Lucida. River to the Sea on its outside, Royal Theatre and Lyman Hall the last pair. This is the order as they work out of the back straight and race down past the 950, and Chainsaw Charlie keen to run. He's about a length on Azam Valley. Third is Flatter, fourth on the outside Desert Money. 2 lengths further off is Lucida, shading River to the Sea on its outside, Royal Theatre 3 deep, and Lyman Hall is last and would be about 7 or 8 lengths from the leader Chainsaw Charlie. And as they run along with the 600 marker in their sights, Chainsaw Charlie, a length Azam Valley and a couple to Flatter and Desert Money, River to the Sea, Lucida, Royal Theatre, and Lyman Hall brings up the rear as they prepare to swing the home corner. And the leader is Chainsaw Charlie for Mark Newnham. Into the straight comes Chainsaw Charlie, about a length and a half. Azam Valley, Flatter, River to the Sea, followed by Lucida, and then Lyman Hall and Royal Theatre. Newman shaking up this leader now. Chainsaw Charlie, River to the Sea is starting to come home well, and Azam Valley sticking on nicely, and Lucida's warming up now. It's Azam Valley getting to Chainsaw Charlie from River to the Sea and Lucida. Azam Valley is just the leader as they reach the wire, and Azam Valley wins it. Bit of a boil over here. Azam Valley has beaten River to the Sea and Lucida from Chainsaw Charlie, Flatter, Lyman Hall, Royal Theatre and Desert Money.
A blowout result, $33.80, $7.70 for the place, $2.30 for River to the Sea and Lucida, $1.80. Unplaced is Chainsaw Charlie and Lyman Hall. First 4 dividends as soon as they come through. And Azam Valley, an Azam 3-year-old from the Holland Yard at Randwick. Ronnie Stewart in the saddle, coming off a Hawkesbury placing behind Oko. And the value bet numbers there were 3 and 4 ahead of the 5 for multiples. So the 3 value bet tips 1, 2 and 3. Heading out at Flemington.
$1.9 million he's won from his 10 victories over the jumps. All bar a few $1,000 has been won by him on the jumps course, rather than, I think he's only won about $30,000 or $40,000 or so on the flat. He's been a wonderful jumper and an ambassador for the sport overseas, with his 2 outings, a win and a third in the Nakayama Grand Jump. Now they're just about ready to go. St Stephen $1.60 on the tote. Bookmakers are being a touch more generous than that. Striding Edge is the second favourite, and then Crafty Dancer, Corker's Boy. Now Mr Cigar Man, rider back on board, Stephen Pateman, and they're just about right to go. Moving up into the line, Corker's Boy stands up on the rails gate. They're set. They're ready and away they go. Crafty Dancer, Corker's Boy jumping well. Bone Jolter, one of the first outrider with the white cap, and he's going to meet the first of these fences in front from Mr Cigar Man, and just behind them in the early stages over on the inside, Corker's Boy. Sir Richie on the outside, then came St Stephen near the inside as they leap this one. Back there with him the stablemate Crafty Dancer, Striding Edge, and Sloane is back about 3 lengths away last of all. So they've jumped the first 2, and a double comes up in the early part of the straight, and the leader is Bone Jolter. He's out by about 3 lengths. His stablemate Sir Richie holding second on the outside. In company there with Mr Cigar Man and Corker's Boy. St Stephen is closest to the rails, followed by Crafty Dancer, Striding Edge. The leader really got into the stone wall there, and Sloane didn't jump it at all well and fell. Sloane has fallen at the back of the field. Horse and rider are okay, and there's no damage done there. So they came down the straight the first time, and out in front is Bone Jolter for Tom Hazlitt, leading by about 3. Second is Mr Cigar Man, and Sir Richie on the outside in third place. Just behind them is Corker's Boy, he's running fourth, and then St Stephen tucked away inside Crafty Dancer, and Striding Edge is last as they leave the straight. A little over 2,100 metres left to go. And they'll head to the outside of the course proper for these fences situated on the riverside of the course. And out in front is Bone Jolter, and he goes over that crossing with a lead of about 5 or 6 lengths. Mr Cigar Man is second, Sir Richie is third. Corker's Boy on the inside is holding down fourth, and then there's a break of 3 lengths to St Stephen as they come to the first on the riverside. He put in a beaut leap at that one. He got away from Crafty Dancer and Striding Edge back behind them on the inside. So Bone Jolter heads towards the next on the riverside, comes to this one. Over he goes. He's leapt that one better than he did the fence in front of us here a little while ago. He's out by about 2.5 lengths near to the 1,600 metres. Here's the next one. Bone Jolter from Mr Cigar Man, and St Stephen has just steadily made a little progress. He's got up to third on the inside now. Corker's Boy is outside, and about 1.5 lengths further back in the field is Crafty Dancer as they go towards the 1,400 of the next fence, and then Striding Edge over on the inside as they leap this one. Back at the tail end was Sir Richie. He's dropped ground. So down the back of the course they go, and Bone Jolter in front. St Stephen's gone up within about 3 lengths of him with Mr Cigar Man on his outside at the 1,200 metres. Corker's Boy over in 4th placing just behind these leading few. Then Crafty Dancer, Striding Edge and Sir Richie last. Here's the next fence now. St Stephen makes his move on the inside, and he's gone to the lead. The favourite and top weight with 1,000 metres to go, although Bone Jolter just shades him again as he's been dug up, and he's about a neck in front coming up the side. They've done a lap. Corker's Boy 3 lengths away in 3rd place. Then Mr Cigar Man losing a bit of ground as Crafty Dancer starts a run. Here's the next fence coming up now, and St Stephen with a nice leap in front by 2 lengths. He's getting away as they come up towards the turn on Bone Jolter. Corker's Boy, then Mr Cigar Man as they leap this one, and back behind them then Crafty Dancer. He's still a fair way back coming into the straight, and Sir Richie is last of all. Round the turn they come, and St Stephen in control with Striding Edge making a quick move on the outside. He's throwing out a real threat here. Here's the second last one coming up now. St Stephen joined, and he's been headed by Striding Edge. Striding Edge going to the lead. Here's the last fence coming up now. Striding Edge at the last with a crack of the whip, lead by 2 from St Stephen, who can't rally with his weight, and then a long break to Corker's Boy, but Striding Edge, this is a find over the fences. He's racing well. He's got right away now to St Stephen with 100 to go, and Corker's Boy is holding down third, but it's Striding Edge kept going, and Striding Edge pulled right away, and he won it by 6 lengths on the line, St Stephen. About 8 lengths away in third, Corker's Boy, then Sir Richie and Crafty Dancer, and back behind them to finish Bone Jolter, Mr Cigar Man, and Sloane went down and was quite okay after his fall at the fence near the 300 in the first circuit.
The Horsham train Striding Edge with young Nathan Dunn in the saddle, collecting the cash across the line 5-1-3. Possibly number 4 in 4th, so we await that to be confirmed. Cheltenham in 10, checking Sky ratings. Zinge number 3 tops those, ahead of Young Willie and Palisant. So in our Sky ratings for Cheltenham's first race, where it's overcast and slow, 3 from 1 and 4, and then number 6. Note they will be the wet track version of Sky ratings with a slow track. Hurdle race is due to go 9 from now. They're out by the start, though, at Eagle Farm for the
favourites. Now, Hipple running the firm favourite on the toad and in the ring as we wait for Star of Sequalo, Jumeric Island Swing. Go Bush is still away from the line. Myra Dancer is out. And a gear adjustment taking place on one of these runners at the moment. They're off this time, and Inflated Ego missed it, and King Gab slow to go. And Hipwell came out very, very quickly, Island Swing, and going up to head them all off as they settle Jumeric. And after 250, Jumeric is the leader now. About a length and a half, Al's Wish and King Rex, followed by Star of Sequalo. Island Swing is not far away, and Hipwell is going to settle about 4th. 2.5 to Paddy's Prince, and then a gap of a length or so to Myra Dancer and Go Bush, Inflated Ego. 2.5 then to Gull Victory on the inside. Very wide out next as they come to the home corner. Philippa's Gem. Al's Wish has got right out of its ground, and about 3 or 4 Sacrera and Nighttime as they swing into the home straight. And Jumeric is the leader. Star of Sequalo canted up to it, however, and as they race to the 250, and Star of Sequalo shot away. 2 lengths on Hipwell, Island Swing, King Rex, followed by Jumeric, and then Philippa's Gem. But it's Star of Sequalo, 120 to go, in no danger. It's about 3 lengths Hipwell, and then then comes Philippa's Gem, but Star of Sequalo wins it brilliantly from Philippa's Gem. Hipple third, then Island Swing. Gold Victory got home late from Go Bush, and then Tahu Myra Dancer, followed by Elswish, and then King Rex pulling up quickly over near the rails. Another 2 or 3 lengths off next was Inflated Ego, Sack Rare, Numeric Stop to a Walk, Paddy's Prince second last, and Nighttime was last. Star of Sequalo gave them a galloping exhibition, number 15, ridden by Rodney Quinn. Star of Sequalo, trained by John Shelton at Grafton for BR and Mrs. E.J. Payne, bred by the Payne family. As I said before, the race carried the colours that Riverdale wore to success on so many a big occasion too. And this particular filly is by Sequalo from Pemway Star, and she's now had the 3 starts for 2 wins.
Okay, in Riverdale, John Marshall rode, I believe, to win what might have been an Epsom Handicap. It was in 1984, so Riverdale won the 84 Epsom Handicap. And those are Riverdale's colours, winning the Country Cash 2-year-old final. And the value bet numbers were 7 from ahead of the multiples of 1, 2 and 15. So with Star of Sequalo, the late male was very heavily tried to win. And again, the first 3 across the line. John Shelton, so they'll be cheering the Mid-North Coast. They've had a good plonk.
And the favourite here is number 3, Gee Hing. And Gee Hing, trained by Gay Waterhouse on the track for the big operation, the Guri Pastoral Company. So Gee Hing runs as the popular elect on the totes and in the bookies ring here. So Gee Hing, number 3, the popular play, 370, 140. Number 1, a Hunter Hermitage, 410, 190. And number 10, the third pick in New South Wales, resoundingly, 640, 250. And number 8, Not Fussy, at 950, 240. I see Craig Carmody kept that Toy Pindari mare, Not Fussy, on the move from the time Craig arrived at the barrier. Kept her on the trot right throughout, warming her up. Star of Sequalo, very big winner in the previous from the outside alley from the 1100. Rod Quinn and Azam Valley, ridden by Ronnie Stewart, won the first. Race number 3, run over the 2400 as Sugarland comes up. And the line is now ready for action. The Thrifty Handicap it is. Gates are back, and there they go. Immediately Charmers out the back. Narellan from near the inside first away. The favourite Gee Hing jumped quickly. So did Plea, and Gee Hing is going to lead. And at the judge on the first occasion, the leader Gee Hing about 3/4 to a length on Plea. Narellan third, and then Paper Lace and Resounding going up rather quickly now. Obviously Spriggs wants to go to the front on the Bart Cummings trained galloper, and let's see if he does so. Yep, and out of the straight goes Resoundingly. Takes up a clear-cut roll as leader from Gee Hing. Plea third, Narellan fourth, then Paper Lace, followed by Silver Bliss, then Hunter Hermitage on the inside of Not Fussy, about 2.5 to Sugarland. Charmers and All Gold is over on the inside, working the way along past the 1700 marker, and Resoundingly bowls along in front about 3.5 lengths on Gee Hing. A couple away third is Plea, travelling on the outside of Narellan, 2.5 to Paper Lace, and a similar margin then to Silver Bliss, then a Hunter Hermitage. A length further back, just under a length, is Not Fussy, and then Sugarland, Charmers and All Gold. By golly, they're stringing out, going down the back of the track and heading in the direction of the 1200 and halfway. And by golly, this horse is over racing in the lead Resoundingly. It's Fighting Dale Spriggs. It leads about 5 lengths now on Gee Hing. 2 to Plea and a half. Narellan over on the rails. 3 lengths further back, Not Fussy improving, going away from Paper Lace, and then Silver Bliss is trying to follow Not Fussy. Hunter Hermitage has 3 behind him, and they are Sugarland, All Gold and Charmers, working their way down the side of the track, and it's Resoundingly and Dale Spriggs with those famous colours aboard, the black and white checks, and it's Resoundingly coming back to the favourite Gee Hing, leads at only 2 lengths now. Third a length and a half away is Narellan. Players hard at it, and then Not Fussy, Paper Lace, Hunter Hermitage about to be called upon by A.W. Robinson. Silver Bliss is wide out, and then Sugarland, a good margin of 4 to Charmers and a length to All Gold. Travelling to the corner, and Resoundingly taken on and head headed by Gee Hing. And as they come around the corner, are resoundingly switching the tail. It's pulled itself into the ground, and around the corner comes Gee Hing, and up the rise he goes. 2 lengths, Not Fussy, and here's Hunter Hermitage joining in. Narellan sticking on, and then Sugarland. Well, Gee Hing is headed as Hunter Hermitage and Not Fussy have raced clear. Sugarland starting to grind away Narellan, and then Paper Lace. Not Fussy and Hunter Hermitage. Not Fussy. Now Paper Lace is getting right along the rails. Paper Lace is going to outsprint them, and Paper Lace, a nice win from Not Fussy and Hunter Hermitage third. And fourth home in the race was Sugarland, then Narellan, Gee Hing, a long margin. Came Silver Bliss, Plea, and then came Resoundingly, and the last 2 in were Charmers and tailed right off All Gold.
Paper Lace giving Ronnie Stewart a winning double, $21.35, $19.40, $4.70 Super Tab, and Unitab $20.70 and $4.40. Details will be through shortly for Quinellas, Exactas and Trifectas. Paper Lace down from Tamworth. Great part of it. And it's come off. We just await Quinellas and Trifectas, not up as yet, as we head trackside to Flemington. This is a tricky race, Alf.
Brendan, a very tricky race indeed here. Look, I've obviously marked them.
The improvement from St Stephen, but beaten on his merits today. Now they're set to go. Second on the card. All clear through. They're off and racing. And Private Santiago a little slow, and Tendency first out from Mr O'Hara. Private Santiago driving through on the rails again. They're followed by Our Purring settling down in 4th place. Now 5th as Lipad goes through on the inside. Youth goes forward on the outside. Further back is Thrills Unlimited, and they're followed by Valedictum. A length and a half further back is Dembellis, and then Hunter Red and Shady Brady settled last of all. Private Santiago inside the 1,000 metres held the lead to Tendency. A length and a half to Youth. Then Lipad, and they're followed then by pulling in the middle there is Mr O'Hara. About 3 lengths further back in the field, Our Purring, followed then by Valedictum on the outside of Thrills Unlimited, and then came Hunter Red, who's racing on the outside of Dembellis. Second last on the fence coming up towards the turn, and Shady Brady is last at the 600. They're swinging for home, and Private Santiago leading from Tendency. Youth on the outside third, Lipad right behind the leader, and then Mr O'Hara followed by Our Purring. Thrills Unlimited pulled to the outside, Valedictum to try and make some ground. They come to the 300. Private Santiago being joined by Tendency and Youth on the outside, and then Mr O'Hara followed by Lipad. Shady Brady's made up ground, and Valedictum right over on the outside. Youth hit the lead with Tendency. Valedictum's running very greenly. Shady Brady had to check over Youth's heels. Youth in front, Valedictum driving at it late on the outside. Youth and Valedictum. Youth and Valedictum, there's not much in this. Shady Brady third, had to change course at a vital stage. Tendency is close up. Our Purring wider out next. And then came Mr O'Hara, a very busy finish. Back behind these to finish Dembellis, Lipad, Private Santiago folded up again. Hunter Red as well back. And Thrills Unlimited is last in. Youth might get the photo. It's fairly close. Valedictum on the outside. Youth will get it. Valedictum's greenness has certainly been very, very costly. Very difficult ride for Michelle Payne. He kept wanting to lay in repeatedly in the straight, and he's failed by only a half head on the line. Youth getting home, bit of race experience, the telling factor. 2, 5, and here's third. Number 9 has got third, Shady Brady, 2, 5 and 9. But there was a fair bit happening over the closing stages there, and shifting of horses. There might be some viewing of the film by some of these jockeys. No doubt Valedictum, who was the well-tried favourite in the race, should have won had he gone straight over the closing stages. I've got no doubt he would have won. Whether he's contributed to the interference from some of the horses around him, I'm not too sure. Just having a look at a head-on.
Long time. If that's the case, Monte Santo Spirit, you for Sammy Nasadas.
Yeah, mate, I'm glad to get back on any ride today. It's a tough time to come back during the carnival. But yeah, you know, he's a horse that's got a bit of ability, and I reckon the track will suit him. So yeah, it'll be an interesting ride anyway.
Where's the track out there, Mick?
I think it's a genuine dead, mate. You know, I don't think you could rate it slow, but I'd say it's going to stay a dead track all day.
And Kalachi in the last for your old mate Pat Tubb.
Yeah, well, with the track being dead, I reckon it's a bit of a front runner's track. Suit horses up on the speed, and he's a horse that gets out and runs. So yeah, you know, he's some home.
All right, mate. We'll keep watch on you and see if you still got all that old spark.
All right, mate. Thanks for that. Thank you.
Good, Mick.
Good to see Mick Pelling back in the saddle after that extended layoff. Back at Flemington, this is race number 3.
And will Specula continue that terrific run? He's had 8 hurdle starts. He's won 7 of them. And this is probably the best quality race that he's run in, a $60,000 hurdle here. But at the set weights, he's particularly well placed. Just about ready to go. Specula's going to be the last to move in. We'll have them right to go. The $1.50 favourite on the tote, Adrian Garraway in the saddle today. Nathan Dunn's done a very good job on this fellow, but no claims at this stage of the battle through the bigger hurdle races, and the more experienced Adrian Dunn on board. Nathan did win the steeplechase though today, earlier on the program. Now they're all in, they're set to run. 3,400, 14 jumps. They stand in, the 6 runners for the Lachal. Starter just checking down the track here. Turns around to address the field. Something's not quite right apparently. Not too sure what the hold-up is. We're past start time. Lights still flashing. The 6 runners stand in well. Now they're off. Specula jumped okay on the outside. And in the early stages, Family Favourite was one of the first out in company with Alias Prince near his inside, and Super Cobra jumped at 3rd. Sailor of Century is in behind them 4th, and Specula settling towards the end of the field on the outside of Our Bijou. Coming along to the 2nd jump in the race now, and the baldy-faced Family Favourite on the outside and Alias Prince are the 2 leaders. Up and over they go in front of Super Cobra holding 3rd outside Sailor of Century on the rails. And then Our Bijou and Specula is last of the 6 runners as they come along to the 3rd hurdle in the race now. Coming to it, and over it on the outside, Family Favourite leading narrowly to Alias Prince with the inside. Sailor of Century holding down 3rd, a length and a half away. Super Cobra switched over his heels to get near to the inside rail. And then Our Bijou who switched outside, and Specula went back on the fence. So coming along towards the next hurdle inside the 400, Family Favourite with a mighty leap over it, a length and a half in front. Alias Prince 2nd, Sailor of Century restrained back to 3rd, being followed then by Our Bijou as they come to the next hurdle. He's outside of Super Cobra, and 3 to Specula, just settling down as he usually does at the tail end of the field. Here's the next hurdle. It's the 6th one coming up in the race, and Family Favourite comes to this. Gee, took off early, but it was a big leap. He lands by a length and a half. Sailor of Century moved into 2nd placing. Alias Prince 3rd. 4th then on the outside is Our Bijou. Super Cobra back to 2nd last, and a couple of lengths away last is Specula. Family Favourite leaves the straight and heads to the riverside, the leader. Out by about 2 lengths. Sailor of Century had been pulling a bit early. He looks to have settled a bit better now. Alias Prince 3rd on the inside. Our Bijou 3/4 back 4th. Then Super Cobra, and about 4 lengths to Specula as they come to the 1st on the riverside. Family Favourite over it in front. Our Bijou midfield knuckled on landing, and Sailor of Century is going up to put pressure on Family Favourite now at the 1800, and in fact go to the lead, and they kick away about 6 lengths as they put the pressure on early in the race. Alias Prince back 3rd at the hurdle at the 1700 from Our Bijou. Over on the inside, Super Cobra is already under pressure and being patiently ridden about 5 lengths away is the favourite Specula. At the 1500, Sailor of Century over that one in front of Family Favourite. 3 lengths away, Alias Prince. A length Super Cobra hooked away from the rail, and he's going forward now. And then Our Bijou, and still 5 lengths last is Specula. Sailor of Century comes to the next hurdle by a length and a half, and he cleared it well. Family Favourite 2nd. Super Cobra responding to desperate riding, moved to 3rd at the 1200 metres. Then Alias Prince, here's the next hurdle. Leader went through it a bit. 2nd last is Our Bijou, and Specula's gone through on his inside. He's about 9 lengths from the leader at the 1000 metres. 3rd last one looming up. Sailor of Century 2 lengths in front. Family Favourite 2nd. Super Cobra 3rd. 3 away now. Specula, he's moved up into 3rd place as they leap this one. He put in a good jump. Then Our Bijou, who's hard-ridden, back in 2nd last placing, and Alias Prince on his inside. Coming towards the turn, 2 to get over, 650 metres to go. Sailor of Century in front by 2. Family Favourite 2nd. Specula stalks the 2 leaders, and he's within striking distance now coming around the turn. And the 3 favoured runners kick right away to Alias Prince, and then Super Cobra the inside. His effort short-lived, and Our Bijou. Now Specula strode through between his 2 rivals as they come to the 2nd last one. Specula taking the lead over it. Oh, he didn't step over it all that well, but he does this occasionally. Leads Sailor of Century Century the outside and family favourite. Garraway balances the favourite, and he put in a nice leap at the last Speculator. He went away by 4 lengths. Now Peep over the shoulder, you're home. Sail of Century, family favourite, battling along behind him, but it's Spectacular Speculator who's going to win his 8th from 9. Speculator ease right up on the Lachal, beat Sail of Century, family favourite 3rd, and then Super Cobra, Alias Prince, and last in our Bijou.
A popular finishing order, Speculator from Sail of Century and Adrian Garraway, with an armchair ride and ease down notably, as pointed out by Greg Miles. Has a look over the right shoulder, and this Danehill half-brother to Iron Horse continues on his winning ways over the jumps. New South Wales, the trifecta, is already up at $6.60. Now Eagle Farm, as they head round towards the starting point, 7 and 10. So that's that race. As we take you back to Randwick, it's time for Late Mail with Ron Dufficy.
Race 4 here, Randwick, numbers 2, 13, 6 and 3. I like the credentials of number 2 here, Music Star. He was a good run last week, quick backup suits, on pace runner, drawn in close, got a claim. Lot to like about him.
They're ready. This is the 4th of the day from Royal Randwick, and away they go. And the net was one of the best to bounce out. Commencing well was Oakfield Duke, and here's Music Star up looking for the lead with Arigato. Good result going along the rails. Marcel and Wider out, followed by Crop and then Winner Bull. Little more than a length gap to Olivier, and further out is Govalare. Deeper still is Flash Phantom, and then Musical Beat. Patessa second last, 3 Gahila Baby. 800 out, Music Star the leader from the net. Arigato a length and a half, third from Good Result. Then Marcellin, followed by Oakfield Duke, and 2 lengths further away is Winnable over on the inside at a gap to Flash Phantom, Crop, and then Patessa Olivier. Govalare is moving backwards. 2 lengths Gahila Baby, and Musical Beat is last. Music Star leads them a merry dance around the corner, about a length and a half the net. 1/3 is the favourite Marcellin, then Arigato, Good Result, Oakfield Duke, Winnable, and then Crop, and Patessa's on the extreme outside from Gahila Baby. They run to the distance at the 200. Music Star the net, Marcellin, and here comes Patessa. Patessa is storming down the outside. It and Marcellin grab Music Star. Patessa is doing better on the outside, and Patessa will come on and win it. Patessa beat Music Star, kicking for second, third Marcellin, and then the net with Oakfield Duke, Wider out, Gahila Baby and Flash Phantom in a clump. 2 or 3 lengths to Winnable, Good Result, Crop, and then Arigato, Olivier, and a long margin to Musical Beat in company with Govalare back at the rear.
Well, the value bet and late mail came up with Patessa, number 13, Matthew Cant in the saddle, and it arrived just in time. Patessa, a Rubiton horse from the Guy Walter stable at Warwick Farm, making it win number 4 after just 9 starts, and that Guy Walter production line of quality horses continues. It's paid $4.10, $1.70, $2.30, $1.70, 13, 2 and 6. And that's the first leg of the quaddie going the way of number 13, and that was the value bet on top pick. And the third horse, Marcellin, was the value bet multiple play. Quinella, 16.10, exact at 29.70, and the trifecta shouldn't be too far away. For Randwick race number 4, it's $107.70. First 4 with number 4 in 4th position. They come up fast, don't they? $1,483.
Yes, they're off. And the Big Ask dawdled out of the gates. He was pretty slow, and Royal Code just seemed to meet a little check and dropped out second last. Filatimo, one of the first to begin. Up there is Reinhardt, Mr. Magoo. Ready and Go is driving through. It's a great tussle. Wingrove is easing off them, and Eric's prominent on the inside. Now, Filatimo is working very hard, and he's caught 4 wide in the lead. Reinhardt second, but at 3 wide, and then Ready and Go, and Mr. Magoo is running 4th, retaining the fence. Then came Gypsy Lad, improving on the outside. 2 lengths further back in the field is Eric, Green Pick, and then Wingrave. Couple of lengths to As You Do, who's racing over on the outside, followed by Lethal Lee and then Maloo. Royal Code is being hard ridden back second last, and last of all is the Big Ask. They come around the turn, they've run the first part pretty quickly, and Filatimo, the leader from Ready and Go. Reinhardt is running 3rd on the outside, right behind them Mr. Magoo in the black and white colours. Eric's on the rails, then Gypsy Lad around Green Pick, running on his